load. I spit bombs that make your block explode. My rhythm and blues kills your jazz and it rocks your soul. I'm hip hop, so I walk and speak the gospel. Whether you're Baptist, Catholic, Muslim, or Pentecostal, my bars do many things that make it hard to escape the realm of the light, get out the dark, true or smart few. Try to change this system. We do our part too. Plus, it's flame I'm spitting. I'm on a mission to doctor self-destruction from a mission. So this is what we're gonna do, because I'm having the background echo, and I'm just letting y'all know. Oh goodness, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to. Okay, we had a little technical difficulty over here. I'm sorry. I just had, because YouTube. Yeah, this is new. I got it. I got this. But thank y'all for coming out, man. I'm letting y'all know this is our second annual. The second one in the last couple of months. Father MCs. And this MC's edition is going to be about making changes with men of character in the community who are mentoring children and in this marvelous culture that we call hip hop. Before I say anything else, I just want to say, is there permission from my elders to speak?
Granted, brother.
I appreciate it. Sorry for that technical difficulty. Again, my bars are getting so crazy out here that it broke the internet real quick. But I just want to introduce myself. My name is Nate Smith, and I am proud to introduce all these brothers from the Fatherhood Engagement Committee who are going to be bringing this wonderful mixer to you guys. The last mixer we had, we spoke about bridging the gaps within the community between generations. And at this point in time, we would like to bring in the youngest generation, who is our future, to be able to pick their brains and listen to the young leaders of our future. So with that being said, I would like to thank the youth who are representing the Hoop and Holler basketball camp, the YVOV, and the MBK Goodfellas. And with that being said, I'm going to turn this over to Brother Tony Joyce from the Fatherhood Engagement.
You're muted, brother.
Real tech. May I have permission from my elders to speak?
So granted.
Thank you. Greetings, everyone, and thank you for joining us. So my mission is just to quickly give you some background information on the MBK Alliance and the local Rochester MBK initiative. When President Obama started this, it was because of what happened with Trayvon Martin. He felt deeply about it. He felt like that could be his son. And we truly all know that could be any of our sons that could have been affected by that kind of violence. And it is our sons that are affected by the violence that is going on in our communities across this country and Rochester as well. So I want to share with you a couple of the milestones set before us as a community. Through the My Brothers the Keeper Alliance nationally, Rochester is a part of that movement, and we are designated as an MBK city. Our state, by the way, was the first state in the union to decide to support MBK financially. So we are supported not only nationally, but locally by our people here in New York State, by our state education department for the My Brothers Keeper initiative. So some of the milestones that have been set before us is to get a healthy start in school. We know that that is important. So milestone 1, getting a healthy start. Milestone 2, reading at grade level by 3rd grade. Milestone number 3 is graduating from high school ready for college or career. Milestone number 4 is completing post-secondary education or a training program. Milestone number 5 is successfully entering the workforce. Milestone number 6 is keeping kids on track and giving them second chances when needed. And we understand that our boys of color are affected by all of these things. So that's why the focus for these milestones, so that our children get a fair chance in our schools, that they face less discipline than their peers, so that they have greater opportunities for careers. We know that the numbers all say that our boys have less opportunity and more punishment. So we take these milestones serious. Locally, we have a committee called the Fatherhood Engagement Committee, and we've come together from all over our community, from different agencies, from the school district, from the City of Rochester, and we have joined along with our superintendent, Dr. Leslie Myers-Small, and our great mayor, Lovely Warren, to do this initiative. So we will be a beacon, we hope, for New York State and for our country. And we thank all of you for joining. And if you want more information about the MBK initiative, you can go to the Obama Foundation's MBK Alliance page. You can go to New York State Education page and go to the MBK work that is being done, not just in Rochester, but all across our state. And as we speak, and I'll be passing it to the brother, we are doing some local things for this initiative. We will be having lots of media and opportunities. So at this time and at that point, I want to pass it over to my brother, Ray Myalise.
Thank you, Tony. Permission from my elders to speak.
Granted.
Thank you, sir. Well, MBK, my brother's keeper. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. So are we. But yes, we are. Today's fatherhood engagement, Friday, Father's Day mixture. I want to talk about the importance of mentorship, right? Mentorship is important, why we do what we do and continue doing what we're going to be doing with my brother's keeper. But first, I'm going to start us off with some music. For the Hoop and Holler Youth Panel, I want to say thank you for being here. Here's a little mix for your pleasure by DJ Sean Touch.
Ray, real quick, before
Yes,
you
sir.
hit play, if anybody can name these songs, all right? The person who names the most songs, you can put it in this chat or put it on the Facebook chat. We will be putting $20 into your Cash App. So put the list of songs along with your Cash App. If you can name all of these songs in this mix, then you have $20 in your Cash App. DJ Ray, DJ Sean.
All right, so this is Sean Touch playing this little mix for you guys. I hope it gets us the vibe right and gets us motivated to move forward. Are we ready?
DJ Sean Touch.
Clap your hands, everybody, if you got what it takes. Cause I'm Curtis Blow and I want
Y'all can dance if you want, it's all right.
time to jump on it, jump on it, jump on it.
All right.
Keep us on it, jump on it, jump
Boombox
on
in
it,
the background.
jump on it.
See you, Weezy. See you, Simone. They thinking, they writing some songs down. Who sings what? $20.
Hands, everybody, if you got what it takes. Cause I'm Curtis Blow and I want you to know that these are the
No cheating, Jamal. Or help them out.
DJ Sean Touch.
We live on the book. We also live on YouTube.
Yeah,
So you stir it
you
up.
gonna rock, right? You gonna do it now, right?
Devontae Jackson is in the lead right now. We've got Apache, we've got Jam on it. You can write him in the chat.
Don't tell me.
You write him in the chat.
hands, everybody, if you got what it takes. Cause I'm Curtis Blow and I want you to know that these are
You've been praying, saying you want more. The sound is hype, and we're sure that you feel real good when you're part of a kid and play adventure.
I think it's time to make the floor burn. What I'm saying is, it's your turn to do things you've
always wanted to. Here's the jam for Kid and Play to you. Listen up to what I'm saying here, work it out. Oh, you ain't staying here. Troopers and troopers should know this. Listen close, don't blow this chance to get next to the opposite sex. It means if you ain't down, use the exit. Just like Brutus, we always knew this. On the stretch, y'all, we can do this my way.
Hands, everybody, if you got what it takes. Cause I'm Curtis Blow, and I want you to know that these are the words. Everybody, if you got what it takes, cause I'm Curtis Blow, and I want you to know that these are the words.
Sip the juice, I got enough to go around, and the thought takes place uptown. I grew up on a sidewalk while on street talk, and then taught to off New York. I go to Queens from Queens to get the food from Brooklyn. Make money in Manhattan and never been tooken. Go uptown to the Bronx and boogie down, get strong on the island, recoup and lay around. Time to build my juice back up, pop stack up, suckers get smacked up. Don't doubt the clout, they know what I'm about. Knocking off, knocking out, shaking them up, waking them up, breaking them up, breaking them up. Standing on shaky ground, too close to the edge. Let's see if I know the ledge.
Clap your hands, everybody, if you got what it takes. Cause I'm Curtis Blow, and I want you to know that these are the words.
This is a journey. Journey to the top. Would you join me, please, in welcoming
Regime of full of culture.
All right, family, we are ready to rock and roll. I see there's a lot of chat going on. Y'all named a lot of those songs. Glad y'all young people can enjoy some of the songs from back in our day and your day and Daddy's Day, Uncle's Day. It is my great privilege and honor to pass this on to our facilitator, Elder Hanif Abdul Wahid, and the panelists this afternoon, right? We have Shaheem Ellis. Shaheem, you there? There he is. We got Jason Gibbs. We've got Ian Florence, and we've got Jay Alexander. Jay, what's going on? Welcome. Brother Hanif, you can take it away, sir.
Well, thank you, everybody. Good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. With the name of Allah, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer, it's always an honor to be before the men of this community right here, especially those that are working very, very hard to implore excellence and make us adhere to a high standard. And so we're here today, and I didn't catch all 5 of the songs or anything else like that, but a lot of the folks, the music that was played, a lot of those folks, they came sort of after, and I enjoyed them as MCs. But I did want to ask the panel real quick, Shaheem, Jason, Ian, and Jay, name your top 3 favorite MCs, and do that very quickly for me.
Who's going first? Nah, you got it.
Shaheem, you go first.
To be honest. Man.
Ask your name. Just say, can you repeat the question? Name the top 3 MCs. I think that's right.
Top 3 MCs. We got.
Come on, Shaheem, any day now.
Chill. Go ahead. Say it.
We can come back to you, Jason. Why don't you
Naeem,
try?
who the 3 people you listen to right now?
Oh, I listen to Lil Baby. I ain't gonna lie.
Lil Baby.
Yeah, that's the top one. I don't really listen to nobody else like that, but I listen to Lil Baby. I got Drake and Meek Mill.
There you go.
That's a nice list. Jason, you got it?
Yeah, Jay-Z, Biggie, and Tupac.
He's straight cat.
Well, listen, let us move on here because we don't have a lot of time for the panel. We've got a few panels that are going to be exciting for us this afternoon. But the purpose of all of this dialogue is to get us to know each other a little bit better and see if we can exchange some resources and ideas to make everybody's work a little bit lighter. So I want to go straight to the questions that I have for the youth panel here. How do you use your voice to promote change or positivity in the community?
Personally, I try to bring up ideas that we need to take on head on and bring them up so that we face the challenge. Okay.
Anybody else want to add to that?
You, Ian?
I tried to get in as much in the community as possible, like all the rallies we've been doing. I try to participate in those as much as I can to try to promote what's going on right now in our world.
Okay.
Is Ian and Jay here? Are they on the panel?
Yeah, that was Ian.
Let me ask you this. You've come out and now you're part of this work. And I have to applaud you as young men because there's a lot of distractions out there that keep us away from positivity. Could you name a mentor or someone that you look to for advisement in terms of keeping you directed and keeping you focused?
Yes. For me, I look up to Elder Harris and Elder Nate as my mentors. They're like another father to me. They show me and tell me what I need to do going into the future later in life.
I look up to my great grandfather.
For me, I look up to my dad and my grandfather. I look up to my dad, my grandfather, and my 2 uncles.
Can't forget my pops either. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I think the thing is that if you continue to have these sort of guiding lights in your life, you're going to get a lot accomplished for yourself, but you're going to get a lot accomplished for others because there's other folks that you're going to interact with that they don't have these type of examples or these type of moral giants in their life. And so you've got to stay connected to that and also prepare yourself to teach what you've been taught. I wanted to ask though, seeing that we're going to be looking to you all in the future, what do you think our community is going to look like 5-10 years down the road? I know right now a lot of folks are characterizing our neighborhoods as crime infested, violent, but what do you see in 5 or 10 years that you can see our neighborhoods going? Or what type of influence are you going to have in those 5 and 10 years on how the neighborhood looks?
To me, right now, as I see it, if we don't make a change within our neighborhoods right now in the city, it's gonna, in 5 to 10 years, it's gonna stay how we were, or the crime rate is gonna raise even more if we don't change. So in my eyes, I think everybody that has the opportunity, has the resources, should come out and help people when we need it. Because right now, as a city, we're not really united. We're kind of divided right now on how to help each other.
Do you think that's going to change in 5 to 10 years? I mean, you just put forth an ideal of solutions in order to make it work. So in 5 to 10 years down the line, do you believe that the community would be a part of the vision that you just spoke?
I feel like
Speak,
we
lean up
could,
and speak into the
if we
camera.
unite
Speak
and
loud.
come together to do good things. And once we come back when we're older and put back money towards our community, I feel like we can grow.
So 5 to 10 years down the line, do you see the community better, or do you see it worse? And
I see it worse.
you see it worse.
Yeah.
Tell us why.
Cause like these protests haven't really been like bringing us together like that, and like it's still the same thing.
Jay, what do you think about it?
If we do better with like racial issues and leadership qualities, I think the community will change from 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. I think this question for the panels was one that lends us to try to see what type of lens you all are going to have. Are you going to have an optimistic lens, or are you going to have a pessimistic lens? And this question sort of seeks that out. And so it's up to you to be optimistic about your future. Or if you're pessimistic about your future, what are the things that are you going to build to get to an optimistic outlook on that? And so in 5 to 10 years, if your community doesn't look towards the promise that you would like for it to be, then there's definitely a lot of work. And if it's you being pessimistic, you got to get optimistic. And if you're optimistic, then you have to go and share that vision with others in the community and ask them and assist them to have them work with you, you know? I've got one more thought right here that we want to share with you. And this is very, very important because you all have stepped up and you impressed me. And I hope that I get an opportunity live and have further discussions with you. But what inspires you to be a leader? Or even do you consider yourself a leader? Because we see you as that.
What inspires me to become a leader is because no one else really wants to take on the challenge of becoming a leader. They just want to be low and not take the stand and do it right. So I like being different from everyone else and acting different.
Do you think it's a burden being a leader, or trying to get folks to follow a set of guidelines or ideals or principles?
Sometimes.
How many of you all as leaders believe that you have influence over your peers?
Me.
Yeah, me.
I think
well, that's good.
Yeah.
That is definitely good. Because that's the purpose of this right here, is to try to give you every resource so your influences will grow and we can get more converts to the ideal of working very, very hard as young black men to make the village much better, you know? Jay, why do you consider yourself a leader?
I consider myself a leader because when it comes to like time to lead, I'm the one to step up and lead my team, lead my class, and my peers. So that's why I consider myself a leader.
Yeah, action is very important. Action is very, very important. So I want to go back to the question of the future of our neighborhood. Are all of you guys right now somewhat touching bases and working together to develop a plan 5-10 years down the line on how you want our community to look? Is there any planning between you all that is going on right now?
On paper.
Huh?
On paper.
Oh, so how do we get you all to try to meet and develop maybe some comprehensive plans and ideals of how you want this city to become, and start working with that and getting those plans out, show them to your elders, getting those plans blessed, trying to get the resources that help you develop those ideals. Are we ready to do something like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
If you don't do it now, when will it happen?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you all have fine mentors and everything, but things are not going to change in the future unless that you're working on them now. And so you sort of have to do that. And it's going to take you to learn a little bit more, try some things, pray on the results, and then move out with faith to make those things happen. And that's the big thing for us. And I hope that you all as young soldiers will take the advice that you all need to meet, you need to bond, and you need to execute.
Yes, sir.
Because without the execution, these things just do not happen at all.
Right.
And we don't get the results that we're supposed to have. Now, there's this commission that is coming together that is going to be authorized by the mayor and the county exec, and they're looking to pick 13 people to look at some policies that could be changed through legislation that makes things more equitable. I want to ask, can you all think of anything that if you had a wish list and that they can change from a policy that is not working to one that can work, what would that be?
If I had a wish list, one of my wishes would be to like stop with the racial stuff, like stopping black people, like white cops stopping black people for no reason and making excuses on why they stopped them. So that would be one of my wishes on my wish list.
Anyone else?
This probably isn't a policy, but something that I wish that would change, that police, no matter what skin color they are, if they had a bad reason to shoot and kill a black kid or arrest them for no reason and charge them, I wish they all got treated the same instead of some of them getting the easy way out of something. Like some cops don't really get the consequence they deserve for the decision they made.
Well, let me say this here. You all are bringing up those police issues, which are very, very important. And there's already rules and laws on the book, and they break those policies, rules, laws, and procedures. So the enforcement of those type of policies that you're talking about in terms of fairness and stuff like that are important.
Yeah. I can't hear him.
We've got to look at things that says these things are impacting us in such a way that it makes it hard for us to get from step A to step B. And that's what I want you all to start thinking about when you do that. You should have some type of blueprint for how you would like to see the future of Rochester look in 5 to 10 years. One easy solution is that I think a lot of you will be voting age by then, and a lot of you should run for office in this town to ensure that the policies and procedures are carried out so we get the justice that we're looking for. So you all consider that. You might want to do a little internship down there at City Council. Ask Willie Lightfoot or Malik Evans or someone, can you shadow them or whatever like that. Try to get into the know and get yourselves positioned for tomorrow also too. Don't wait for tomorrow to show up. Wait for tomorrow when it comes, you're right there in it, you know, advancing it. That would be my advice for you all. So I don't know, that takes our time, right?
Yes, it does, Elder Hanif.
Okay. Listen, brothers, peace. I pray that Allah continues to bless you all as our young leaders. And don't be afraid to come to your elders or your mentors and ask for the resources that can make you better and make our city better with you leading it. Thank you for your service.
Elder Hanif, thank you very much. Don't go just yet. Eric Rose, Aubrey Sheffield, do we have any questions from the panelists or the chat boxes for our young men at this time?
Not
at this moment.
Aubrey Sheffield, any questions?
Nope, nothing, nope. I'm sorry, I was muted.
Okay. Gentlemen, let's give them all a round of applause. Thank you guys for being a part of this discussion. I greatly appreciate you all. You guys rock.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to wrap this one up and move on to our next panel. You can all change your, turn your videos off, and I'm going to have the next panel come in. And I'm going to play the next 5-minute mix of music.
Before we start that mix of music,
go ahead, Brother Nate.
I'm going to clarify the rule because I seen that everybody was trying to play song by song. So this is how this is going to go. This next set, there's going to be a clip of songs. Your job is to write as many songs as you can. All right, there has to be one post. I can't see 18 different posts in the chat. So all the songs that you can name, and the person who names the most songs at the end of the mix, you make sure you write your Cash App right in there, and we'll pick a winner. So hopefully, you know, this next panel will follow that. This, you know, and figure it out. You know what I mean? But let's go, Brother Ray. Let's.
If we can ask Javen Cruz, Byron Bounds, Devontae Jackson, and Yabnel Torres, and Elder Campbell, make sure you have your cameras on at this point. I greatly appreciate it. All right, our next mix is a 5-minute mix by DJ Sean Touch once again. And here we go. Hopefully y'all can hear it.
Let's take it back to the old school. Let's take it to Union Square.
Don't forget,
let's take it back to the LQ. Wave your hands like you just don't care. Let's take it back to the old school. Let's take it to Union Square. Let's take it back to the LQ. Wave your hands like you just don't care.
Listen, Byron Brown.
What you want? We stifling foes. Throw what you want. Your life for your jewels. The rules. Next thing. Respect mine. We Brooklyn. Brownsville. Home of the brave. Put in work in the street like a slave. Keep a rugged dress code. Always in this stress mode. That's the continue to your grave. So, you think I don't know that? Hold that. Bust the rhyme now. MOP now. What you want now? Think lopsided, bust they got cross-sided in the subways, they rob trains running alongside it. See, motherfucker, we don't play for that shit. And if you want your shit back, you had to pay for that shit. Your little costume, get you in the night or early in the afternoon. We taking your host while we pass. When your shirt off, you back to run that. From the 585 to worldwide, DJ Sean Touch is bringing you that flavor.
DJ, Mr. Byron on the Go ahead, Eve. I see you.
DJ Sean.
Throw your hands in the air right now, man. Feel it right here. Scott Storch.
Brother gonna work it out.
Show born law. Yeah. I don't give a fuck about your faults or mishaps. We from the Bronx, New York. It happens. Kids clapping. Love to spark the place. Half the in the squad got a scar on their face. It's a cold world and this is ice. Half a meal for the charm. This is life. Got the phantom in front of the building, Trinity, yeah. 10 years been legit, they still figure me bad. As a young, was too much to cope with. Why you think? Mob, nickname the cook. Should have been called on robbery. Stall shit, on baby grand larceny. I did it all, I put the pieces to the puzzle. Till it's long, I knew me and my people was gonna bubble. Came out the gate on some flojo. Vest with the shotty with the logo kid. Said my don't dance, and just pull up my pants. Lean back, lean back. I said my don't dance, you just pull up my pants and do the rock away. Now lean back. Now let's get it all in perspective. For all y'all enjoyment, a song y'all can step with.
Y'all appointed me to bring rap justice, but I ain't 5-0, y'all know it's Nas, yo. Grey Goose and a whole lot of hydro. Only describe us as soldier survivors. Stay laced in the best, well dressed with finesse in the white tee, looking for white meat. Thug girl who fly and talk so nicely. Put her in the coupe so she can feel the nice breeze. We could drive through the city, no doubt, but don't say my car's topless. Say that this is out. Newness, here's the anthem. Put your hand up that you wish with, count your loot with. Push the pool stick in your new crib, same hand that you hoop with. Swing around like you stupid. King of the town, yeah, I've been that. You know I click clack, where you and your men's at? Through the Smurf, through the wop baseball bat. Rooftop like we bringing 88 back.
All right, looks like we almost ready. Still missing one. Byron Bounds, are you with us?
DJ Sean.
At this point, I don't have Byron, but we're going to keep it moving. Thank you all for tuning in. I know we have, hello. Well, now we got Jay is in. Got you. All right. We are now at 2:43 p.m. in the afternoon. It's my privilege and pleasure to introduce to you our facilitator for the next section. I want to also thank Youth Voice One Vision and My Brother's Keeper Fellows for joining us as the panelists for this next session. Elder Campbell, thank you so much for agreeing to be our facilitator for this section. You are now on and ready.
Hey, I'm in the house. Thank you.
Brothers don't work it out. I'll make sure I get you.
Thank you. Brothers are going to work it out.
Willie
May I
Hutch.
please have permission from my elders to speak? So granted, brother. Thank you, Elder Hanif. Thank you. And I just want to say that it's out of respect and veneration for our ancestors as well as our elders that we ask our elders for permission to speak. And what goes along with that is if I say something that's wrong or harmful to the community, my elder will pull me up on it and make sure that I'm corrected. So I thank you, Elder Hanif, for being there for us today. Brothers, I prepared a little bit of rap to go into this. I got a few bars I want to spit before we get started because I want to set the tone for this session. So I was born in the rock and trained to lead. I'm a real OG and my mind is free. So sharpen your eyes and tune your ears so you know what you see and understand what you hear. Thank you. I'm repping for the OGs. Absolutely. So let's do a quick roll call. Is Javen, is Brother Javen in the house?
Yes, I am.
All right, Brother Javen. Brother Bounds, Brother Byron, are you in the house? All right, we'll circle back to you. Brother Yabnel, are you in the house?
I'm present. How you doing, Mr. Campbell?
All right, Yabnel, good to see you, brother. Brother Jalen, Piat Ramos, are you in the house?
I'm a girl, but hey.
I'm sorry. I can't see your picture. You're supposed to turn your picture on for this section.
It says it's on. Let me see 1 second.
All right.
Of a female narcissist is probably. Oh, there you go.
All right. Welcome. So you know your login says Tremaine Harris, right?
Yeah, it does.
All good. We know who you are. Thank you. So I guess our first question is, well, I got a list of questions here, but I got a couple of questions of my own that I would like to introduce right quick. So, and feel free to jump in. If people hesitate, I will call on you because I don't like dead air space, but feel free to jump in. So my first question, this is my question. My first question is, given the struggle that Black and brown people have had in the United States to get to exercise their rights and be totally free, tell me in your own words what freedom means to you. Feel free to jump in.
I'll go first. I hope everybody doing good. My name is Yamnel yet again. So to answer the question, you know, being a minority, to be free in my eyes would be like going outside and not having to worry about anything. You know, I went through numerous experiences myself where even as little as going into a store and being, you know, being treated different and then being stopped by a cop too, like you just feel the vibes how it's different. And you can tell that how they look at you like you beneath their feet. And once you feel that, you know that you aren't free. So that one feeling to go away, that's how I feel. That's what I think that our freedom will feel like.
Thank you. Thank you, Yabnel. That was a great explanation. Anybody else? I can see your name, so I will call on you. Javen, what do you think? What's freedom?
To me, freedom is that I have the right to do whatever I want when I want without being treated differently, which is kind of what he said earlier. But I think everyone should be treated the same and no one should be treated different.
Okay. Thank you, Javen.
I can go next.
Thank you, Jalen. Go ahead.
To me, freedom, it's a very broad spectrum of being free. So first and foremost, it's where you are most comfortable and you are able to do what you want to do when you want to do it, say what you need to say without being critiqued or any type of way.
Okay. Thank you, Jalen. Thank you. I appreciate that. And Devontae, where you at?
Yeah, I'm right here. Yeah,
what's your definition?
I think my definition of being free, I feel like it's just, you feel me, having the freedom to do whatever you want. You know, free is you know, it's literally in the word, you know, free, having the ability to take whatever actions you want, you know, living your life how you want to without, you know, having to worry about you know, anything going on, anything stop you from having the ability to live your life the way you want to. So I feel like that's you feel me, a good definition of freedom.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. So the next question, I'm sorry. Next question is, name your top 3 favorite MCs. And let's start this one off with Jalen. Top 3 MCs.
My top 3?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It could be contemporary or old school. It's up to you.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Well, who do you listen to right now?
Oh, I listen to a lot of different genres, different people. It's not like a specific. So.
Okay, let me put it to you like this. When you want to get hype, who you rock with?
Oh, hold on. You got me.
Okay. All right.
When I want to get hype, I would listen to probably the Baby, probably Megan. Who else do I listen to when I want to get hype? Sadly, Cardi B.
Okay. It is what it is. Okay. Devontae, who you listen to when you want to get hyped, Devontae?
I'll be listening to Lil Baby, Meek Mill.
Okay.
Who else I'll be listening to? Be honest, I really don't be, you feel me, like I just be rocking with whatever I rock with, you feel me? Like if I like a song, you feel me, then I like it. But else I'll be rocking with.
Okay.
Baby too, I guess I could say. Yeah.
Okay. Yabnel?
All right, top 3 at the moment. I say the late and great Juice WRLD. You got to say Kendrick in there. You know, he got to be in the top 3.
Okay.
I'd say, and Lil Baby, but honorable mention to J. Cole and Eminem.
Okay. Javen, what you think, man?
I would definitely say the Baby has to be up there. Drake and DJ Khaled.
Okay, so if I were to summarize all of your selections, there was a common theme, and that theme was the Baby. All y'all like the Baby. So I've never listened to that particular MC, so I guess I should check him out. All right, so now down to the core questions. So the first core question is, and I'm gonna go back to Janelle with this one. How do you use your voice to promote change and or positivity in your community?
Who were you asking the question? What was the name?
Jalen, that's you, right?
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
had
I'm
said
sorry.
Janelle. I'm sorry. What was the question again?
The question is, how do you use your voice to promote positivity and promote change in your community?
Well, one of the ways is simply through Youth Voice One Vision. So what we do is basically give the pedestal for youth who are sometimes scared or sometimes really lean back on using their own voice. So we advocate for them. And it's definitely through positivity, making sure that what they are saying is heard, making sure that they know their rights and also know what they can do and give them, like, reciprocate that positivity within them and make them feel motivated.
Okay, so I like that empowerment. Thanks, Jalen. So, Javen, do you think you have a voice in your community?
I do, I definitely do. I'm a part of multiple programs, councils that I have to use my voice every day. One of them is YVOV, which Jalen stated more about. Another one is the New York State Governor's Youth Council. I voice the youth voices and opinions from all around Monroe County, and I have to share that with people who are higher up, like in Albany and stuff. And yeah, I definitely think that I have a voice.
Thank you, Javen. Yadnell, what do you think this community will look like in 5 or 10 years?
Ooh, 5 or 10 years. I was ready for that last question.
No, but go ahead, answer the last question. That's okay. Go ahead, answer that one.
All right, so for the last question, I'm also in a few big platforms, such as MBK, Black Restorative, but I'll say my main one was being at Camp Stomping Ground, and then like using what I've learned and talk to a lot of the kids that used to stay at camp. Like we used to run a little program, just like the Rock Restorative MBK fellows, and we used to speak to them and like basically train them in a way that we got trained in.
Okay. Thank you. Devontae, have you had some time to think about that? You want to answer that one too?
Yeah. So one way that I use my voice to change, make it decide is the simple fact that you feel me, the achievements that I would have within my life, and just using my achievements to motivate others to, for me, just show them like, you feel me, if I could, you can too. Just for the simple fact that throughout my whole high school career, I've been able to change my life around from starting off, from middle school, not doing the things that, you feel me, I was supposed to do. Just doing things that you wouldn't be able to see, look at me now, and then think like, oh yeah, that was that kid from back then doing all those negative things that I was doing, to the achievement that I've been able to have throughout, especially my high school career. First and foremost, I've been starting from 9th grade all the way down to me being a senior right now. I've been able to have straight A's throughout my whole high school career. And with me, just having that, it just goes to show that, no matter who you are, you feel me, like, no matter where you come from, you feel me, because, I'm coming from, the same place where, most people from the rock, most, city kids, coming from, we all don't come from the best neighborhood, we all don't come from, you feel me, like having, the best people to look up to, but at the end of the day, you can still make things happen for yourself. And, and that just with, my story, I've been able to, impact people. And not only that, but just me being able to say now that just me, I'm in the 12th grade right now. Right now, I have my own business. I'm a business owner right now. I'm a network marketer. I'm an investor. I do a lot of things, and I'm just somebody that a lot of people could look up to, young or old. And you feel me? Like I just use the success that I've been able to have, to have an impact on just people. And people look at my story, and, I could do it, you can too. That's really how I use my voice, my story to have a positive impact on people. So you feel me? Yeah.
Yeah, I do feel you. I feel all four. I feel all you guys. Let me just say this, right? It's not easy to be a leader. Everybody's watching you. Everybody has and it's so important that you stay focused and remember that everybody's watching you. Even though people may not say anything, they're watching you. You know, leadership is a big responsibility, and it takes a certain kind of courage to allow yourself to be in the limelight and to always be the person that's in the spotlight. You know, it's a difficult task, and you guys are wearing it well. Somebody just hit me in the text and told me that all you guys are taking AP classes and passing them. So I just want to say, you know, I commend you. Not only are you activists and are you involved in extracurricular activities, but you're also kicking butt in the classroom too, with your grades, and that's really important. And brother Dr. Leonard Brock has a company, and they sell T-shirts that say Hood Scholars on them, right? So I'm gonna put a question in the chat box, and whoever answers that question first, I will provide you with $25 Cash App so you can buy a Hood Scholar sweatshirt. So look for the question in the next 5 minutes. So the next question that you have to answer is, what role has mentors played in your life? And we're gonna go to Yadnell with that first one. What role have mentors played in your life?
Mentors, all right. So give you a little backstory about me. So I was never the brightest student ever, like 7th, 8th grade. Like coming from elementary, I used to fight a lot. I used to have anger issues. I was one of them kids. And then 7th, 8th grade, I was always a smart kid, but my behavior was just, it wasn't all the best. And I met a lot of people. Like elementary, I still remember his name, Mr. Adams. He used to take like anger issue classes, and I stopped all fighting. I used to fight a lot. Like I felt like I had an arch nemesis in elementary when I was like in 6th grade. I was a little kid. 7th grade, same thing. I used to fight. Then I met a lot of people, and just them like setting this pathway. Like, you're still young, but you got to look out for your future. And if you keep going down this path, this is how you're gonna end up. And the mentors just showing you that at an early age, that was the most important thing that I had going into my middle school, high school career, and going on into college. Most important thing I ever had was mentors. So yeah, they played a very important role of how I developed so far.
Thanks, Yavnel. Jalen, I see you rocking back and forth. You want to jump in there?
I was going to answer your question first in the chat. But
okay.
Mentors. Ooh. So I have many mentors in my life, growing each and every day. So first, when I was younger, I was actually a rec child. So I used to be at Humboldt Rec Center faithfully. And so that's when my first mentors happened. And those were just different people, different staff members who truly can be there for you. So leading up towards that, I have the same mentors now, like Speedy, Naeem, Kermani, Denaria, all of those people. So I necessarily don't have the same story as Yavnel. I was a very quiet child, but I always had an inner voice within me. So I was actually glad that they seen that in me and pulled it out of me. And so that was through the consistent work of putting me through public speaking, putting me in the platform of things, just putting me out there. I have to get experience. They pushed me to do that. So mentors are definitely very important in your life because they have different just different impacts on your life. They do different things within each other. Sometimes you have different relationships. Sometimes you can go to a mentor for certain things, but that's okay, because at the end of the day, it just feels good knowing that you have someone there that you can lean back on. You know what I mean? So it's definitely important to me to have a mentor. Right now, I am attending Nazareth College for nursing, and I have a mentor in the mentoring program. And it's also helpful to have someone that's been through the process and able to just ask questions at any time. So I definitely think mentors do impact your life in different ways, and it all depends on what they see within you, and they just pull it out of you.
Thank you, Jalen. That was powerful. Thank you. I have an overall question for y'all to think about between the next question. That question is, how can we get more young people to jump in and take leadership roles like you guys have done? And I'm gonna ask Devontae to tell me what role mentors has played in his life.
I'll be honest, mentors, honestly, if it wasn't for the mentors that I had inside my life, honestly, I probably wouldn't have, just for the simple fact that with having mentors, they kind of with them recognizing that the potential that I always had, you know, not every kid is gonna know that they actually had the potential that they have until they, you know, have somebody to help them tap into the potential that they have. And with having mentors, they you know help me out with, you know, recognizing that you feel me, I could do a lot more with my life. And I actually have, you know, something special about me, which everybody has, you know, and just with, you know, having mentors, you know, on my back, you know, making sure that I'm doing what I got to do. It just really pushed me to you know, be my best self, honestly. So you know, mentors definitely had a big impact on you know, the success that I've been able to have. So yeah, I think having mentors is very, very important, and just having people to look up to, having people to, you know, be there for you is pretty important. So yeah, I definitely think having mentors was definitely had a great impact on my life. So yeah, definitely, for sure.
How about you, Javen? What role do mentors play in your life, man?
So I had my first mentor when I was in 6th grade with a program through my school, and they helped me become part of who I am today because I was a very quiet child. I didn't talk to anyone. I had no friends. Like, I literally sat in the back of the classroom every day and just did my schoolwork. And then we got mentors in class, and he really helped me to kind of become who I am today. He pushed me to voice my opinions more often, to sit in the front of the class, to raise my hand more, to make more friends. And up until now, I have multiple mentors. I have Tremaine Harris. He's one of my mentors. I have mentors at my school, most of my teachers, and I think they play a big role in my life.
Thank you. So I want to announce the winner of the question to get the money for the Hood Scholar sweatshirt. And the winner is Jay Lynn. She answered the question correctly. Who is Crispus Attucks? Let's show Jay Lynn some love, y'all. Give her a clap. Congratulations, Jay Lynn. And the answer is Crispus Attucks is credited with being the first person to die in the American Revolution. He was an African sailor in Boston working on the docks. And when the British tried to push back the protesters, he stepped up and was fighting against the British soldiers and was shot and killed. He was the first person to die. So he's credited with being the first person to die in the American Revolution. An African. Crispus Attucks is his name. That's Black History 101. Where'd you go to school, the 7th grade at, Jalen?
28 school.
28 school? All right. Kudos to 28 school teachers and administrators. So can you guys, I want you guys to weigh in on that question for me. How can we get more young people to step up and be leaders?
I can answer that as well. It definitely goes into your influence on your crowd, because you're going to know what your friends are into. You're going to know what your friends are interested in, what they want to do. But you have to be strategic about it. Because when you come up to a youth nowadays, they're gonna be like, oh, I don't want to pay no mind to that. I don't want to be interested, which is sad. But if you put a little twist into it, put something in there that would interest them, you can almost teach someone something through a different way, if you get what I'm saying. Like, you have to be very strategic on it. I mean, we're in different generations. We have the generational gap. I really believe in that. Like, we really have a big generational gap where we're the youth are struggling to understand our elders, which is sad, but then at the same time, we're growing and just advancing each and every day. So in order to bring youth on, what I've been doing for the past 4 years, I see certain friends, I'll tell them like, oh, you have an outspoken voice, you should do this. Or just like, oh, you really do this very well, you should apply for this. Like almost as if looking at your own peers and noticing what skills they have and just help them advance into it, if you get what I'm saying.
Thanks, Jalen. Javen, what do you think we need to do to get more young folks involved in leadership roles like you guys are doing?
I think they definitely need to be motivated and pushed. If I was never motivated and pushed, I would never be where I'm. That they need to be motivated and pushed at home and at school.
Okay.
That way, like going through school, they're motivated and pushed to become better and to lead people. And then they'll end up, applying for things like YVOV and other programs like that.
Okay. Devontae, you do a lot, man. You're involved in a lot of things, running your own business and all kinds of organizations and stuff. Where do you get your energy from to do all the stuff that you do? What motivates you?
I'll be honest, like, honestly, it just comes from honestly within. Like, just having the motivation to do everything that I do. It's honestly just, having the desire to want to have change for yourself. That's honestly all it is to it. Like, what I'm doing, like, I strictly do just so that, you feel me, like, in the next couple of years, my family doesn't have to worry about anything. We're going to be straight financially, or because, I was able to put in the work right now so that I can make sure that my future is straight. So that's honestly my motivation, just, making sure my family's straight. And not only that, but like you said, having an impact on the youth. I want to be able to have an impact on people's lives. And with me doing what I got to do, I definitely can, So that definitely motivates me, and just want to change for myself. That's honestly what it is. That honestly, it comes from within. It comes from within yourself. Only you can, want change for yourself. Nobody can want change for you more than you do. And if that's the case, then things got to be changed around. Because that motivation, it just has to come from within, honestly. So and that's where it comes from, just it all comes from within, just want to change for myself. That's honestly what it is.
Thank you, Devontae. Yabnel, I got a couple of questions for you, Yabnel. I want to know what you think we can do to encourage more young people to get involved and take leadership roles. But I also want to ask you, what does the future of our community look like through your eyes?
All right, first question.
Yeah.
As Jalen has said, my apologies if I pronounced it wrong. We got to switch it up a little bit for the youth. We gotta adapt to them in a little bit, but also I feel like we should say our stories. Like, for example, the story that I had mentioned, how I wasn't the best out of the group, and I feel like certain kids could relate to that, and and then they can see us in a way as a mentor, and they might need that the way that we needed it. So adapting to them and then sharing our personal stories, I feel like a lot of youth will step up and then see our path that we're trying to set for them. And then for the second question, 5 to 10 years, I want to see a lot change. I hope all these things that we see in the news, all this inhumane things just to end. We all have to come together. And in 5 to 10 years, it is a hard road, but I feel like we could overcome all this. And also, the corona got to go over 5 to 10 years. We got to go by next year. But yeah.
And now, congratulations on getting the job, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So I'm going back to you, Jalen. And this question is, what do you think the future of our community is going to be? What do you see through your eyes?
Definitely more support, more controversial conversations between youth and adults.
Okay.
More advocacy between people, definitely a change within our school system. We have more outspoken youth than we have before, I've seen in the recent years. More youth are getting out there, stating their opinions, and they actually don't have that feeling that they're going to get in trouble or they're nervous. It's just that they're bold with it. They're bold with their decision and they stand on it. So I see a good change, but then there can always be a little bit of negatives because some people can't agree to disagree, which happens. But definitely more pedestals for youth at the table and everything.
Okay, this is the rapid fire round. You get like 5 seconds to answer one question. I'm gonna go around everybody with it. The first question is, name 3 qualities that you want to see in a leader. Javen, you're first.
Outspoken, courageous, and kind.
Okay, Devontae. 3 qualities you want to see in a leader, Devontae.
Selfless. That's what I want to see. Selfless, my first. Caring. And outspoken.
Okay, Yadnell?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
3 qualities you want to see in a leader.
Oh, selfless for sure. When you wrapped it up, outspoken, but I also say honest and trustworthy.
Okay. Jalen, 3 qualities you want to see in your leader.
Responsible, flexible, and able to step up and step down.
Okay. Very last question, because we're almost out of time. I'm gonna start with you, Jalen. Should the schools reopen in the fall, or should they do it by through computers again?
If there is a set plan that is possible to reopen, I would definitely say so, because some kids cannot learn online. It's not very effective because that one-on-one is very important. And some teachers are mentors to students as well.
Okay, I'm sorry, I almost cut you off. I'm sorry.
That's
Thank
okay.
you. Javen, virtual or back to school?
I would say back to school. Back to school, definitely.
Okay. Yadnell, virtual or back to school?
Back to school by taking the precautions we need to take, but back to school for sure.
Okay. Devontae, back to school or virtual? Back to school? Okay. All you guys are out of school, going to college this year, right?
Senior.
Seniors?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, I just want to
I'll be a sophomore.
You'll be a sophomore? Okay. I want to say thank you guys for participating. I am honored and proud that I got to spend some time with you guys this afternoon. I'm inspired by not only your intelligence, but by your courage. It takes a lot of courage to be in the limelight and step up and let people see you, and I want to wish you all good luck in the future, and I'm sure I'm going to see a lot more of you doing big things in this community. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's all take a moment right now to say thank you to Elder Campbell. That was great facilitation. And to our youth panel from YVOV, MBK Fellows, thank you very much. To Anthony Jordan and to Tremaine Harris, AKA Speedy. Great job with both teams. We appreciate both of you guys, man. Very, very much. This was great discussion. Amazing.
Great, thank you.
I want to give a shout out to our winner, Mr. Devontae Jackson, who actually was the first one to complete the list of songs the correct way with his Cash App and everything part of it. So salute to you. I just sent that $20. So
$20 to the winner, $20. I'm gonna ask that the next group of panelists, Jamar Gray, Anthony Hall, Terry Ngarambi, Shalim Nader, all please turn your videos on, and we are going to get started shortly. And also, if Elder Underwood is in the house, Are we all? Hopefully everybody is there.
I'm here, Ray.
All right, I see you guys. And I'm gonna get some music started right now for our listening pleasure. This mix and this next DJ is DJ Just Rock, who is a local DJ, plays both at 105.5 The Beat and at La Mega 97.5. And this will get us some little motivation, get us started for the next.
Hold on, real quick, man. Switch it up. So this is going to be for the people who are 30 and up. 30 and up. You have to name these songs. All right. If you can name these songs, there's a list. Put it in a list on the chat and with your Cash App. The ones who get the most right, 30 and up. Only for the older brothers.
You know, no one's gonna get this. This is the new generation, brother. We ain't gonna know these songs.
Hey, 30 and up. We'll see.
All right, here we go.
You are officially in the mix with DJ Just Rock.
All right, I've got Gary, Robbie, I've got Shalim Nate, got Elder Underwood.
You already know. I walk in the corner with the money on my finger. She might get it poppin', I might wife for the win. I already know. All I need is turn up, baby, turn up when I turn it on. You know how I get to it when I turn it on. Can't handle my behavior when I turn it on. Too fast and I ask, but like don't last, don't get through it all. That's who you wanna be. I know you won't tell nobody, no. I know you won't tell nobody, no. I might pull your flexing on it like a rope. I might tell them, girl, you cute.
Huh? What? I thought a bro said something. Topic, but they still ain't saying nothing. We gon' trap this out till the feds come. Run it up. Huh? What she say? I thought a said something. How I go when I'm talking, you listen. Cut her off cause she spoke on the business. Go. Hundreds and fifties. Can't swap it down for a penny. You know that's a stupid decision. Head first with it. I shot a shot at my really didn't think before I did it. Make it make sense. Please. Luckily, I was on point with the last. Kept my receipts. One to good. Make sure I got her for a refund when I gave her back to the streets. Go. Forever I rep, put the set on the chain. I'm thugging you, already know how I came. Yeah, he got money, but be lying. I Lambo'd her life, told her get out that rain. Her manny and pitty, same color my teeth. She got a blue chick and a chick without me. Nice hood, riding in the phone on E. Still sick of eating COVID-19. Karate to walk it, trying to keep the cup. Shake came up like Giannis, I get bigger bucks. Got 4 different choppers right there in this truck. I'm just being honest, I can get you touched. Put you in the blender, I can get you slush. I see the comments, but really unbothered. I know it's hurting, she salty, I scarred her. Be worried with you, lay up and say to these they can't hold water. Period. I thought a bro said something. Topic, but they still ain't saying nothing. We gon' trap this out till the feds come. Run it up. Huh? What she say? I thought a said something. How I go when I'm talking, you listen.
DJ Just Rock on the ones and twos.
I go broke like Jock, with that dog like D. Not that rock, that P. I mean down in my sock, can't hold my blood weeds, I don't really like that. Turn, can't wipe no. Excuse my French, don't like no. Limo 10 on fat, my car, yeah, I had it hurt. So my broke bad, I ain't had it hurt. Yeah, that's us. 2-tone AP, yeah, I'm bust. Got that from her, ain't even wanna wise. Bye, on me, say thing revive. Oh, tell on bro, shit. No, he ain't Kim, dog, he ain't even try. Still up at my last room, dice in the hood. Take cool chain, no, not good. Probably in some fast with a Glock in the hood. Course had take spell and walk on the wood. First turn in the hood, they curious. Spoiled and cars about 5 and jury.
I get the comments with number this period. I got your B on one, put on the mirrors. First young in the A2 land, run on 14 mil, started 14 grams. Dope boy, Dickies and diamonds and Tim. You shouldn't play with that boy, he is not one of them.
Bro, I kept taking L's, finally got me an M. Still making double, I don't count when I spin. S550 2018, gotta come 20 if you hopping in the Benz. Young turn from the D to the A, I'm rocking with the Lions.
Yeah, I'm rocking with the Braves. Yeah, we pay.
Yeah, we pay.
I'ma turn up a little more this time. Used to dream about getting out, got it on dry. I had a spot like a varsity. What do you have? You got 20, I front what you got. I put on drip, I believe I can find it. Know that I'm rich, but ain't gonna have to try. I had a show in Detroit and I started real. I spent 50 on all of the guys. All of these in these stores make commission, and plus I'ma tip them, they holding my side. Get in your car and just put on your flashes and follow the Hershey. You say you gon' ride, cause somebody gon' do it, they with us. Turn a 5 to a dime, that's a double up. Around walking church with my double cut, they have it on print.
officially in the mix with DJ Just Rock.
4x4, 4G, 3 ain't no more free, ain't no more. I gave him a chance again. I even told him please. I find it crazy the police to shoot you and know that you dead, but still tell you to freeze. Look, I seen what I seen. I guess that mean hold him down if he say he can't breathe. It's too many mothers just grieving. They killing us for no reason. Been going on for too long to get even. Throw us in cages like dogs and hyenas. I went to court and they sent me to prison. My mama was crushed when they said I can't leave. First I was drunk and I sobered up quick when I heard all that time that they gave to Talib. He got a life sentence plus. We just some products of our environment. How the fuck they gon' blame us? You can't fight fire with fire, I know, but at least we can turn up the flames some. Every color Persian ain't dumb, and all white's not race.
All right. It's time to get us started and move forward. Permission to speak from my elders.
Speak, Ray.
It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you our facilitator, Jerome Underwood, CEO of Action for a Better Community. My brother, thank you for being here with us. We also have on the panelists of Shalim Nader, and we have Ngarambi, and we also have Jamar Gray. We just lost and is going to be coming right back. So we're going to start with what we have at this point in time, and then we'll continue on once the other panelists arrive. At this point, I turn it over to you, Elder Underwood.
Thank you, Ray, and good afternoon, especially to the panelists, Shailene, Thierry, Jamar.
We also have Anthony Hall just joined.
Oh, there he is.
Panelist.
There he is. Good afternoon, Anthony. And good afternoon to everybody else who were either on earlier panels or just listening via whatever medium they can. It's really, really good that we're here, brothers. It really is, because, you know, one of my mantras is failing to plan is planning to fail. I'm sure I didn't invent it, but I love it. And if we stay ready, we don't have to get ready. So we're always in a state of readiness or getting ready. So my task here is to illuminate the excellence and the brilliance that you already have. So with this being sort of the more seasoned of the young folks we have, I know that Dr. Cotto sent us a list of questions and stuff like that. One of my challenges as a young man, I was never too obedient. So I threw the questions out because I figure y'all flexible enough to just be ready to flow with some different questions. Ashe? All right, so, you know, Ray and I have been friends for a little while, and Ray is a DJ, but I don't know nothing about this rap game, nothing. So I'm not gonna ask y'all who y'all top MCs are. I'm gonna ask y'all a different question, you know, musical question, of course. So let me see. Shailene, let's start with you. Who is your favorite dance hall reggae DJ artist?
That's a hard one. So like,
I'm not here to ask easy questions.
I don't know how to really answer. So like for me, I grew up for most of my life in church. So for me, I was very influenced by gospel music, and that's most of what I really grew up listening to. So that's a hard question for me.
Okay, good. But when in doubt, any kind of music, you can always say Bob Marley, and you'll be right for jazz, you'll be right for reggae, for gospel, anything. But okay. That's an extremely acceptable answer. How about Jamar? How about you?
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we good.
I'm gonna go with Movado.
Movado, okay. Jalen, you need to go Google Movado, right, and figure out who Movado is. All right. Good. Thank you, Jamar. Thierry, how about you?
I'm gonna go Bob Marley at first for me. That's my mentor to start. And then I'll go Vibe Cartel or Serrani.
And Vibes Cartel. That's an interesting combination. Yeah. Anthony, how about you?
Definitely Vibe Cartel, Movado, Beanie Man.
Okay, that's a trifecta. Vibes Cartel, Beanie Man, and Movado. That's a big concert. That's a big concert. All right. Okay. So next question. These are icebreaker questions.
He's working on it.
And we'll go in the reverse order. What would be your walk-up song? Your personal walk-up song. What do you want played? Anthony, starting with you.
That's a tough one. I don't know, man. Maybe R. Kelly. I forgot the name of the song, but R. Kelly. I think it's called "I'm the Man" or something like that. That might be L.O. Black too. I think it's L.O. Black.
Okay. You see, in the vernacular, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So again, part of my job is to illuminate your excellence. So on the day when they announce you CEO of, you name the corporation, you got to have a walk-up song, because that might be tomorrow, So Terry, what's gonna be your walk-up song? Unmute yourself, brother.
True. I'm gonna go back to Bob Marley and Marley War. If anyone heard that song, it speaks to what's going on right now. I listen to that song probably every single day.
Okay, so part of my job also here as facilitator is to hopefully drop a little bit of knowledge. Since you mentioned that song, and I consider myself as a Bob Marley aficionado, do you know where the original lyrics of that song came from?
I personally do not. I've seen a live concert. That's where I thought it came from. I thought it was a speech that he actually wrote too, that he turned to a song.
Actually, and today is July 24th, 2020. Yesterday was July 23rd, which would have been which is the born day of a gentleman by the name of Taj Tafari Makanan, aka Rastafari. The words of the song "War" were taken from a speech by Haile Selassie at a speech to the United Nations in 1963. And Bob took that song and flipped it into war, as you. So really, really important speech made by Emperor Haile Selassie to the United Nations in 1963.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. You probably will like the song even more now. You're gonna
Yeah.
So next walk-up song, Jamar, for you.
I'm gonna go with I thought we were talking reggae, but we're gonna go with Jay-Z, The Ruler's Back.
The Ruler's Back. All right.
Yeah, The Ruler's Back.
No, your walk-up song is gonna be whatever you want it to be.
Yeah. I thought you were still on top of the reggae though, but I'm gonna go with Jay-Z, Ruler's Back though.
Ruler's Back. All right. And Shaylem, how about you for your walk-up song?
For me, I will have to go with La Vida es un Carnaval. It's a Spanish song. Translated as Life is a Carnival by an Afro-Latina Cuban singer, Celia Cruz.
Hey,
amazing artist. I mean, top-notch artist.
Yes.
So, and sticking with you, Shaylin, for the third of the icebreakers, that song you mentioned just now, you got to sing a couple bars of it.
It's just like La Vida es un Carnaval, no hay que llorar, hay que vivir cantando. Which it just says life is, you have to be happy. Life is a carnival. There's no time to cry. Just keep moving.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Jamar, you got bars?
I don't got no bars, man.
You ain't got no bars.
No bars, man.
Oh, you could do it as a poem. No pressure. Thierry, how about you?
Nah, I got nothing for you. I just know the song. I'm gonna save you guys that embarrassment.
You up, Anthony? I see you busy. Bars of any song. Unmute yourself, brother.
Any song or my walk up song?
Your choice. Your choice. Any song.
Man. Local rapper that I listen to a lot. He says life's messed up, but try dying. That's a bar.
Repeat that. That's a powerful lyric.
Life's messed up, but try dying.
Life is messed up, but try dying. So we got a lot of feedback from somebody. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I think that might be in Jamar. Life is messed up, but try dying. That's powerful words. That's powerful words. All right. So in jumping into the more serious aspect of this panel. So the first question I'm gonna ask, and I won't call an order. If you feel it, jump out at it. And the question is, what do you think? What do you think are the ingredients needed for change? And let me repeat that. What do you think are the ingredients needed for change? Now, as I ask that question, I'm not referencing any specific change, but change in general. Follow me? So what do you think are the ingredients needed for change? Again, change in general. And anyone can just jump out and respond. Or I'll call them.
I'll take it.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Thierry.
Personally, for me, it's seeing each other. That's one thing that a lot of us don't do, including Black men. We can't expect the rest of the world to see us if we don't really acknowledge each other, or we are passing by each other without checking up on each other. I spoke to a lot of members today in the past week or so about the village. We don't have a village anymore. We don't have that structure anymore where we look out for each other. And I think change in our community starts with just seeing each other. That's the main thing, just acknowledging each other, checking in on each other. Just pretty much building that village back up that I grew up in. And I talked to a lot of members that I don't see that anymore. I don't see a village. I don't see people looking out for the younger generation, showing them the way, showing them the right things. So I say just seeing each other and actually looking out for each other is the main thing that can cause change.
Thank you. Thank you. Others?
For me, change, I'm gonna take it from like a social aspect. The late Father Tracy, who was an advocate for the Latinx community, he always used to say, be the type of servant leader that comforts the afflicted and afflicts the comfortable. So for me, it's all about, empowering others, kind of like what Arian was saying, being empathetic, equity, all those things are important for me to create social change.
Empowering others and empathy. Thank you. Go ahead, Jamal.
I'll go ahead and I'll jump in. I think the number one thing that I would say would change action items. I think a lot of times we all have plans, but there's no action items behind them. The second thing is consistency behind those action items.
Thank you, sir. Anthony, wrap it up.
Yeah, definitely. Change is for me, one of the ingredients is being uncomfortable, having uncomfortable dialogue, and being able to grow, evolve. As a human being, when you're complacent, you don't really want to seek change, and that's very important. Not being complacent, always wanting to evolve, and understanding that you have to bend the wheel, and that's by, as the brother said, by getting together and having conversations and meeting people right where they're at.
Just to give you back what I heard from the four of you, you know, seeing each other necessary, empowering each other and having empathy, you know, having a set of action items and consistency with sticking with those action items. You know, that was Jamar. And Anthony, having uncomfortable dialogue and wanting to evolve, which I get that wanting to evolve personally. So those are some real compelling and far-reaching items as it relates to change. Now, this is a MBK event, and central to My Brother's Keeper is the whole aspect of mentorship, right? So the second question I have for you all is, who are your mentors? If you can name two, one or two, who are your mentors? But the part B of that question is, whoever that person is, why is he or she a mentor to you? Again, who are your mentors? You can mention one or two, but particularly, why is that person a mentor to you? And again, we could go in any order. You can just jump at it.
I got it again. I believe my two mentors have to be my sister, and that's because she tells me how it is, no matter how I'm feeling. She just keeps it 100% with me, no matter how I'm gonna take it, and that's helped me just grow as a person. My second person is gonna be Chris Washington. He runs Top Flight, and he's another person that just always keeps it 100% with me, no matter how I'm gonna take it. And I think that just tell me how it is. They tell me the truth, and they tell me how I'm doing. They call me out when I'm doing the wrong things. They praise me when I'm doing the right thing. So I just think that my mentors are special to me because they always call me on things and they tell me the truth.
Thank you, Terry. Next. Who's next?
So for me, I have Dr. Marie Watkins, who is a professor at Nazareth College, and Annette Ramos, who does a lot of with the arts in Rochester. And for me, is not only do they teach, but they also create spaces and opportunities for me to put in practice what I learn and what they're able to teach. So for me, those are two things that I value in their mentorship.
Thank you, Jalen. Jamar Anthony.
I'll go ahead. I have a particular mentor. His name is Nathan Bradley. Lives in Charlotte, North Carolina. One of the main reasons he is my mentor because he leads by example. Not only does he, talk about the things that we should do, he actually does them, seeing them firsthand. And then the interesting thing is this, that I can't just say it's one person because I take a little bit from everyone. I mean, I can talk to Tony Jordan. I can talk to Eric Rose. Again, they all give me a little bit that I need to fulfill things in my future that I'm trying to accomplish. So I can't just say one person. I think it's a plethora of men around me that's giving me the opportunity to help myself flourish. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm like Jay. Definitely can't pin down two individuals. One particularly is my grandmother. As a leader, she has the traits and qualities of a servant. And in order to lead, you have to serve. And she definitely has bestowed that on me. Other names that that I've taken a whole lot from and implemented in my own practice. Lord Johnson, Steve Houston, Quinn Smith, Mike Brooks. The list can go on and on. But I think it's very important that, as Jay said, man, that, and as other brothers said, that they empower us and allow us to have space to create our narrative and bring forth our experiences.
Good, thank you. Sticking with the aspect of not only mentorship but adding leadership. Tony mentioned it. Anthony rather mentioned the word leadership, which is one of my favorite words. So you could use the entire span of history, right? Give me one name. Who's your favorite leader of all time? And I'll start. Just by example, my favorite leader is Nelson Mandela for a bunch of reasons, but rapid fire. Who is your favorite leader?
My favorite leader of all time is Jesus Christ.
Who else?
My favorite leader of all time is Bob Marley.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it will have to be Miranda.
Cool.
Same for myself, happy Jesus Christ.
Cool. Thank you, gentlemen. That's a powerful set of answers. My third question is about the role of eldership, and what do you, as I would say, what do you overstand as opposed to understand? What do you overstand the role of elders to be? Again, what do you overstand the role of elders and eldership to be?
So a lot of times, in my opinion, what I overstand is passing the power down through generations, and that's by storytelling. That's by experiences. Sorry, did y'all hear me?
We heard power through generation.
Right. So that's my is economics, children, culture, and then also guidance, wisdom. I don't think you have to be considered an elder to be wise, but I do believe that those that are seasoned in regards to age have some more lived experiences that some of us young folks haven't had. But I think creating, in my opinion, elders should be creating spaces for young, vibrant leaders to take the reins and lead the charge on different issues in the community.
Thank you, Anthony.
I think Anthony kind of pinpoint, the key points of what the elders should do, and what we look at them as. But one thing I'm gonna add, I think they should be our overseers, and not so much in the sense of the bosses, but kind of giving us a tap on the shoulder or a head nod when things are going wrong or bad. When we decide to take action on the things that they may have taken action on in the past. But again, I think Anthony did a great job of kind of hitting all the pinpoints we need to hear.
Thank you, Jamar.
I'll pinpoint back on both brothers that just spoke. I believe that the roles of elders should be more of guidance and more of like a compass base. I've had the past 2 days, I've probably talked to 3 people that are part of the MBK, and they've calmed me down and they've showed me a different path that I was ready to go take. I'm always a person that is ready to do something right away, but I've learned in the past month talking to my elders and reaching out to them that it gave me a sense of calm and a sense of direction after talking to them on the phone. So I just think that elders play that guidance role of just showing us the way because they've been there before.
Well said. Shalem?
I think the rest of the group pretty much cover it, but for me it's just stepping into that role of being a caregiver and an advisor, listening to understand and guide.
Listening to understand. Major. So you all just explained to me, or at least gave me, in a very short space of time, again, your interpretation, your assessment of your thoughts and what eldership should be. I'd like to hear from another one or two of you. What do you think is the state of eldership in our community? And I'll add this as an editorial. Certainly, give you a little bit of my thoughts on eldership, as we say, from certainly in Central African thought. Eldership has nothing to do with age. Even though it could, it has most to do in how you conduct yourself. In other words, living that exemplary life that you talked about. So we're running short on time, but if I can just get maybe two of you to tell me, what do you think is the state of eldership right now, certainly in Monroe County?
Well, my opinion, I think the eldership in Monroe County is at a disarray. I believe that there's a huge disconnection between elders, young or old, in the community that we see, and the voice that voice that we yearn for to echo some of the things that those disparities that we want to uproot in our community is dim. And I think that's because there's a disconnection amongst those wavelengths.
Thank you, Anthony. One more on that. Your assessment of the state of eldership?
I'll go ahead and speak. Kind of piggybacking off what Anthony said to get my point across. I believe the eldership is lacking to certain groups. So I can say, like, say if it's politics, I'm just throwing stuff out there. Maybe the elders not involved, or that's elders are involved. So I think there's some involvement, but I think in certain categories it's stronger than others. If that makes any sense.
It makes a whole lot of sense to me.
Yeah,
I feel you on that. Right. Well, thank you. And as my final question is, if I can have each of you name some of the most positive things, you could go two or three that you see happening in the community right now. You always end on a positive. What are the things that you see that you can give thumbs up to that are going on right now?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll take that one. Being from the suburb area and East Roundaquay, the positive thing that I'm seeing is a lot of groups right now, not just Black and brown, but a lot of whites, and are understanding what's going on, and they're not just staying quiet anymore. They're actually speaking up and actually trying to fight that fight with us. A lot of people aren't staying silent anymore, and that's one thing that I do see a big shift in both suburbs and the city area.
When you say speaking up to you, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but about what?
Honestly, the injustice. A lot of people before, they just kind of stay quiet. They saw it and they kind of just ignored it a little bit and kept on moving. But now I'm seeing probably 2 months, 3 months after George Floyd and everything that's going on, you still see people fighting and people still talking about what's going on, acknowledging it, instead of just shoving it under the rug and not speaking on it. Right now, I feel that a lot of people are having those conversations, not just Black and browns, but everyone is engaging in those uncomfortable conversations that we talked about earlier. And I see a change in that aspect, that a lot of more people are engaged in that conversation and just acting like it doesn't exist.
Thank you. Anthony? What do you see positive going on?
So definitely I see and hear the open dialogue in regards to the injustices in this community as well as the nation. I think just having that conversation is something positive. You know, what I see is more people trying to rally around solutions, whether or not they're pinned down or they're concrete. I see particularly Black folks, minorities, Latinos, trying to figure out, all right, we had this conversation, what's the next step? How do we address this? So I'm starting to see that, but I don't want, in my opinion, I don't want silos to continue. But that's another conversation. So definitely conversations and people rallying around or coming together to strategize to put forth solutions.
Okay. Good. Shaylin.
So similar to what they were saying, for me, is just looking at the younger generations and Black and Latinx communities working together, speaking against systems of oppression and being radical. Another thing is, at least here in Rochester, the Black Lives Matter movement being really inclusive of the queer community, because I think queer people throughout history have played a key role in being radical and bringing change. So I'm happy and really excited to see that they welcome it and that they're including that intersecting identity.
Thank you. And finally, Jamar.
I think the biggest thing that's going on that's positive, that whether people have their indifferent opinions or same opinions, that a lot of people are more aware. That's always a great start to have some awareness. Another positive thing, because I'm working with the youth on a lower level, I think our youth are becoming, again, I'm gonna use the same word, more aware of who they are and what possibly could be done to them and what possibly was going on in the world around them. Just speaking, for example, from my son and his friends, they kind of understand the black and white thing now in a positive manner and in a negative manner. I think before it was a kind of topic that just flew right over their heads because they were so young. But I think that's great because now when they get in school and they go to history lessons, they understand that they just can't be told anything from here on out. You know what I mean? So I think that's always good.
Thank you. There's never enough time for conversations like this. I want to give my personal respect to each of the four of you for speaking your truth, even though with this truncated time. But I don't get the sense. I know that this is just a moment for each of you. Of the four of you, Anthony is who I've known for a little bit more than a minute, and he's not new to this, he's true to it. So, and Jamar, I've seen around the way a couple of times. Thierry, I'm real intrigued by your name because your name, there's a lot of very, very special people I know by that name, your first name, that is.
Yep.
And I know Carlos Cotto and them, they're in the chat telling me I got to go wrap it up, all of that. But as long as they don't cut off my mic, which they can if they want. But again, I just want to big y'all up. Thank you for allowing me to just interrogate your mind and interrogate your spirits for a minute, and respect, gentlemen. I'll hand it back over to you, DJ Ray. Yo te veo.
I want to say thank you to everybody, all the panelists who just came aboard: Anthony Hall, Jamar Gray, Terry Ngarambe, Shalim Nader. Nate, I'm going to pass it to you to close us out. Brother Nate Smith.
First and foremost, thank you, Ray, elders. I am gratefully appreciative of all your wisdom. And as we close out, we're going to go a little over because I'm, as the MC, I think I can do that. So what we're going to do just for the last 5 to 10 minutes, the panelists, the last panel just inspired an excellent question to wrap up what we're going to be doing for our next MBK mixer. So I'm going to ask everybody, starting with the elders, individually or collectively, what is your movement and how can we all, elders or youth, support you guys in whatever your movement is. So I'm gonna go literally everybody, give a couple minutes, let us know what your movement is collectively. If you're working with, I know a lot of the brothers are working with the Black Agenda, MBK, but individually or collectively, what is your movement, and how can, if you're an elder, the youth help you in making sure we move this movement forward, and vice versa for the younger generation? How can the elders help you guys out? So I'm gonna start with Elder Campbell, and we're just gonna work our way down.
I would ask for permission to speak.
Granted.
And then I would defer to my elder, Elder Hanif.
Well, I don't know in terms of what may be a roadmap or anything like that in terms of what I'm specifically working on, or what groups are specifically working on. But one thing that we have to do in supporting good work is that when you see good work, support it and don't tear it down. Just based upon that you're not with it, or you possibly don't understand it, or anything else like that. And I would encourage anyone that is doing something. When we started the Black Agenda, we went and got as many elders as possible and asked them, would they bless this here? What could we do to enhance this and everything? And we had a wide array of people. Some of them have passed now. One of those persons was your grandmother, Anthony. We made sure that Mother Cook Green was there. And we had about maybe 20 to 25 elders. And they saw what we were going to do, and they blessed it. Now, if they told us they didn't want us to do it, we wouldn't have done it. But I don't think that we go out and do a thing and then expect the elders to join us if we're not going to include the elders in on what's going on. And that's just the purpose of order. So I don't have any specifics. I just have some processes that I think that we have to adhere to in terms of order if we're going to have a good community. And I applaud all of the men that are on here doing the wonderful work. And I'm watching this work, and I'm trying to see wherever I can help it and assist it. But you all are welcome to come to me anytime. And I will use my voice, my resources, my money, or anything to advance the work that you're doing, but I just have to know about it.
Thank you, Elder Campbell.
And I would echo those sentiments. I think one of the most important things we have to do is support each other. My thing right now is fighting voter suppression, making sure that we're all registered to vote, that we know if we're eligible to vote. For instance, people who have had felony convictions but are not on parole are probably eligible to vote, but nobody's going to tell you that. So we have to make sure everybody in our community knows who's eligible to vote, and fight voter suppression, and make sure we get the kind of people in offices locally and nationally that are going to represent our interests as a people. And the other thing is we have to hold our politicians accountable. We have to make sure they understand what we want and that we want it immediately. We're tired of waiting, and the time is now. I heard somebody say that we need to work across the aisle. One of the young people said it during our segment. We need to work across the aisle. We need intergenerational cooperation. And I can tell you that myself and the men that I associate with most, we support youth. We support young people. We want to hear your ideas. We want to support your ideas. And I agree with Elder Hanif. I will support with my time, my talent, and my treasure. Pass.
Can I speak? Brother Nate?
No, you gotta wait.
Well, we
you
got
gotta-
Brother Underwood,
gotta
and
wait
then
your
you.
turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know Brother Underwood was speaking. My apologies, Brother Underwood.
Oh, not to me, to Nate.
Well, that's why I was referring to Nate, because he
Permission to speak for my elders.
Granted.
You know, as Elder Campbell said, you know, I also defer to Elder Hanif, who is our leader in the Black Agenda, and I put a triple exclamation mark behind what he said, because we're really fortunate to be in a time like this, because I think moments like this, they come around in like 50-year chunks. You know, 1964, what was happening here, I sense very strongly that it's a moment like that again. And so those of us who are privileged to be called elders, we have a responsibility, and which is one of the reasons I asked the young men the question I asked them, because, you know, somebody just can't say they want to be a mentor. You have to be selected by the mentee. You know what I mean? Because you could want to mentor all you want, and it's not being received by the individual, then you're just out for a stroll. So, you know, a couple of things that I'm working on, so to speak, is I'm fortunate, real fortunate to be the chief servant at Action for a Better Community, and there are many reasons why I'm fortunate to sit in that role is, and the primary one is that the reason I'm given oxygen on this earth is to work in service of others. You know, and it took me a while to get there, working in corporate America, and you know, but then, you know, spending time at the school district and now at ABC. Eric, I feel like I'm playing in the NBA. You know what I mean? Because I get paid to do this. In addition to that, you know, what we're trying to uplift via the Black Agenda is consistent with that, but it's more focused. And to lift up something that Mike said with respect to young men in particular, because I mentor about 20-25 young men myself. If there's more, bring it on. You know, when I say bring it on, if we know, we support. So, you know, when that phone rings or that text comes or that email comes, we try to find a way to respond, either collectively or individually. So again, I'm looking at a lot of Black excellence, Black and brown excellence. Oh, and one thing I got to remember to say, please, I got a request, and this was for my panel and anybody else. Please let us never ever refer to ourselves as minorities. Please, I'm asking that, because we're minor to nobody. Words have power, psychological power. We are minor to nobody. Let us try as much as we can to not describe ourselves, our brothers and sisters, as minority. He says MANURE. You know, so that's my little request as I mute myself.
Brother Jordan, go ahead.
May I have permission from my elders to speak?
No, Tony, you can't talk. Not today. Go ahead,
Granted, dear brother. Honorable brother. Honorable brother.
And I would humbly say that I'm very fortunate in this community that 3 of my mentors are on this screen right before my face, because I can call Brother Underwood, Brother Hanif, or Brother Campbell any day or time. And then I have so many other brothers that act as mentors in so many different roles in my life, as I parent, as I work with other young brothers, and as I, you know, travel along with my partner, my wife. I get guidance and support from so many mentors on this screen that I'm looking at. I'm blessed. So my plea is to go back to what Brother Ray said from the beginning, is that we're going to be doing mentoring and volunteering, because like Hanif said, everybody may not be prepared to mentor, but you may be prepared to volunteer and support this community. And you can give 1 hour. 1 hour a month will change our community. You can give 10 hours, then we'll be even further blessed. So I'm gonna ask everyone that can hear our voices that you consider what you will do above and beyond what you're already doing. You know, if you're already working with young people, then can you give an additional hour to mentor or volunteer or walk in our neighborhoods or hand out food or visit a neighbor who may be in need? My area of concern is young boys in our education system. We're going to be doing things in our schools and our rec centers this coming year that requires it requires our community to step up, particularly men of color, to come out and give 1 hour a week, give some time to volunteer at events. So when we reach out and we make our community announcements and pleas, my hope is that all of us will encourage everyone we touch to do that. So I'm just asking in advance. I'm not even asking. I'm telling you that is what we need. My elders, I believe, will support that statement that this is what we need and want. Our volunteering or more, or an hour of mentorship or more. And I thank you in advance because I love Rochester and I love the people who live here.
Dr. Cotto.
Yes, elders, may I have permission to speak?
Granted.
Granted.
And again, just co-signing on everything that's been shared. You know, I think as we wrap this up, that the power, at least for me, my calling, as I've been in this community for over 22 years, is really bringing our Black and Brown leaders together, Latinos and African American, and working together collectively. I mean, just listening to all three of these panels and the power that we have within this community, rich in understanding and the lived experiences, we've got to just continue to do this work. I'm committed to doing this work, you know, with the leaders that are on this panel and the first panel that we had. I want to share with the group that as you commit to these panels, you commit to My Brother's Keeper. We've got all of your contact information as well as email, and we want to really build this and continue to build. I mean, we'll be meeting once a month and establishing these particular meetups once a month. The group itself is meeting weekly just to have discussion. I want to open that up to the group as a whole. If any of you from high school to middle school, all the way up to college and the professional world that have interest in being part of these week-to-week conversations and month-to-month activities and events that we'll be doing, please take advantage of these overall opportunities. We are rich here in resources, and collectively we can change the narrative of what's taking place here in Rochester. But we've got to rely on our elders, learn from these experiences that have taken place for many years, and build upon that to change the narrative. But it cannot happen without us. If not us, then who? Si no los otros, ¿quién? These are some quotes that are kind of shared and sayings that are put out there. But we've got to do this together. We've got to break these barriers within our community. And collectively, we truly can change the narrative of here in Rochester. But it will take us. It will take this village that's in this Zoom today, but we others to engage in this conversation. I did put within the chat a survey, so we are also seeking some feedback from the group so that we can continue to build upon this and provide what is needed within the community through Zoom as well as in person once these guidelines provide us that opportunity. So thank you all again for participating and continuing to do this work.
Okay, my producers are telling me to wrap this up a little bit. So we're gonna give about 5 more minutes real quick, Brother Ray, and then anybody else, if you have anything that you wanted to chime in, please just feel free to do so, but we're gonna do about 5 more minutes to wrap it up.
All right, just want to add real quick, because I know our DJ, Chris Starks, is ready on the 1s and 2s. There is an after party on this. If you guys want to stick around, as our DJ will rock the house and continue to DJ while we have dialogue and discussion, stick around for a little party. It's not 5 o'clock yet, so the red solo cups cannot come out. until after 5, then the red solo cups can come out, all right? I want to thank everybody for being here on this group, but my mentor, Father Lawrence Tracy, the last thing he wrote to me was on a tablet because he lost his voice, and he wrote to me, "This is epic," and that was about a vision for La Marqueta. And I'm thinking about that because this right here, this panel that I'm looking at, this is epic, what's happening right now. We've got Black and brown men, we've got Black and brown boys, and I want to give a shout out to our youth panel because I actually learned a lot today from them. They really, really answered some really tough questions. And one of the things that Yabnel just put on the chat was he just corrected himself because he said minority earlier. And now he just learned a lesson that says we are minor to no one. So it's a lesson learned. And for him to really acknowledge that, big ups, I got to say, this is working. And it's gonna continue to work. And I wanna say thank you to all those who joined us today. There's some people that have joined us late and they've been watching, but they're on, and I want to acknowledge them. Jermaine Myers, Orlando Ortiz, that have been actually in the back. They were some of our panelists and facilitators at the last one. Thanks for joining us, and everybody else. But I'm excited, and this is epic. And I'm going to yield my time to Eric Rose, Big Brother Rose. It's on you, and then we'll have DJ Starks go on the 1s and 2s.
Hey, Ray, before we move on, I just want to make sure we recognize the young lady that was on the call today too, the young sister.
Yes,
Jaylin was on the call too. Yeah, make sure we give her a shout.
I tried to have her come back, but she's not turning her camera back on. So
okay, all right.
She's right here behind me in the hallway, but I'll make sure we get her in there. But yes, you're right. Our first sister on the call, so we want to thank her for that. Big Brother E.
Permission to speak for my elders.
Granted.
I'm not going to provide anything that hasn't been said on this call, but I would like to say that this is special. That what we are witnessing right now in my lifetime really hasn't happened, where we've had elders, new school and youth all together, breaking down silos and having real meaningful discussions. And this is just powerful. And anyone that knows me, I like to do the work behind the scenes. And I mentor many youth in the community, and I have relationships with elders and new school and youth all together. But nothing has ever really brought everyone together to have some dialogue, meaningful dialogue. And, we're going to continue to do this monthly. And I am so appreciative of the elders and the work that you guys have done in the community for years. And I'm just so impressed with the energy of the youth, with brothers like Tony Hall, Nate Smith, on and on. The energy that you guys are putting into the community, how can I not support you guys? How can I not support you with my time, effort, finances, whatever you guys need? You guys always know that I'm a telephone call away. That said, I know that there's some other people that would probably love to speak. And, what we're witnessing right now is just powerful. And I'm grateful to be a part of it.
So with that being said, we have our next mixer is going to be August 3rd. It's going to be actually an evening event. It's going to be at 5 o'clock. We're going to start, actually, we'll let the time know, but it's definitely going to be August 3rd, and it's going to be an after work, informal mixer where we're all going to just have a conversation. And we just want to talk. We want to chop it up with everybody and see where we are. So it's not going to be as formal. It's not going to be as structured. So, you can let your hair down and just enjoy the time and fellowship with some brothers. So I'm getting text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over to DJ Chris Starks, and he's going to close us out with fire, as he always does. We can sit around, we can chop it up, but once again, we thank all of you guys for coming and sharing your knowledge, sharing your wisdom, sharing your experiences, and being melanin-rich individuals. Moving forward, we're going to make sure we keep this network and move it in the right direction. Again, I am greatly appreciative of all of y'all brothers, the elders. Again, I appreciate you guys. The MBK, the Fatherhood Engagement, we thank you guys. Terry Ngarabe, Jamar Gray, Salim, I hope I said your name correctly. Jermaine Myers, who just came around. Yabnel, Javen, all of you guys, Aubrey Sheffield, everybody who's involved, we just thank you guys and keep doing the work. We acknowledge you. We see you guys. The young people, we're here for you, man. So DJ Chris Starks, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Turn it up, man. Let us get some, like, all right, if y'all know these tunes, just drop them in there. I got $5 for every tune y'all name for the next 2 minutes.
Send your Cash App.
Cash App right next to it.
Cash App in the chat.
Cash App. DJ Chris Starks, let's go. Whenever you're ready.
Is everybody good? Everybody can hear?
Turn up a little bit. While we're doing this. So anybody else who had a move, I'm going to keep going. So I'm going to go with Brother Jermaine Myers. What is your movement individually and correctly? And how can we support it? You hear me, Jermaine?
Jermaine? Can't hear you, Jermaine.
Can you hear me?
You hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, Myers.
So the question is, what is your movement right now, individually or collectively, and how can we help you with it?
Hey, can you say that again?
I said, what is your movement right now, individually or collectively, and how can we assist you with it?
Black Men Achieve basically is a movement where my brother and I created a platform to allow Black men, or just men of color, because we know our Black men are mixed with everything nowadays, where you have Black men who are mixed with Asian or Hispanic population. They identify both ways. So our job is to provide a platform that can just help our brothers out in the community. We're focusing on young boys as well as our men, because we know it's our men who are impacting the lives of our young boys. So we don't want everybody to focus only on the young boys, and we leave our men 25 and up on their own. So we're putting together our programs and services. We're actually launching our new website next week. We'll be moving into our new headquarters within 2 weeks once we get our furniture, and we're hiring our new executive director. And we'll be reaching out to all you guys to see how we can help you and how we can just partner together. One of my main goals is to really put pressure on certain people who have the resources that can trickle down to help the boots on the ground individuals like us. You know, a lot of these foundations and nonprofits and corporations who claim that they serve youth and our community, but they don't put their money where their mouth is. So my job is I'm gonna put the pressure on them and use our resources to really make sure that they provide grant money to our community, as well as try to fight the grant process, because some grant applications are like 1,000 pages. And at the end of the day, our goal is to really serve our young boys. So let's stop having these 1,000-page grant applications and all these requirements and make it a simple requirement where people are really, what did you do with the money? Submit your receipt. You are subject to inspection, and just get the money to people who are doing the work. So that's something that we're going to be really taking on the mantle on, and hoping that over the next couple of years, we can try to bring millions of dollars to the boots on the ground individuals who are doing things in our community.
Thank you, Jermaine.
Say that one more time, Nate.
Anything, Brother Sheffield, did you want to add into anything that you're doing right now?
Yeah, just still obviously with Healthy Baby Network as the fatherhood coordinator, working with the fatherhood coordinator, Jamone. And what we got going on, we have, we're finishing our last fatherhood course. We have a group of 18 individuals and going through a curriculum with them just to help guys become better fathers. It's a lot of good conversation each class. We're coming up on our last one this week, but we're going to start another one. And we actually have an interest meeting via Zoom, which I'll send out an invitation and invite via Facebook and email for anyone that anyone that could want to be a part of it and just looking to become a better father through conversation and dialogue. And before I get off, I just want to say, Elder Underwood, what you said today was probably the most amazing thing I've heard in some time, to the point where I'm going to actually have a conversation with my family about that word today. That was amazing, and I thank you for that, for just enlightening me and giving me something today. It's like I got chills when you said that, so thank you, and I appreciate that, and thank you all you brothers.
Man, y'all hear good starts in the background going crazy and on the low, man. Like I don't know if y'all seen him while Brother Jermaine was talking. He was cutting it. Good starts right now. Thank y'all, man. Anybody else had anything to say? You got some bars, man. Give us. Brother Campbell gave us some bars.
Chris is zoned out, bro.
If you want to.
Aubrey, this is epic. It's epic. This is epic.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Like I said, gave me chills when he said that. I was like, wow, that's unbelievable, man. I can't wait to have family night tonight.
What did we say?
Those are called gems. Those are gems. Drop the gem.
Can you repeat what he said?
He said, we are not minority. We are not minor to anybody. If anything, we're major. We identify ourselves as that. That's in a lot of documentation and other stuff, and we have to start insisting that come out. You know, so what do you want me to refer to? You know, some people like people like you call me Jerome. But we are still not minorities. I gotta run, brother.
Right. Yo, this was also recorded. It's on YouTube, so you can fast forward it if you want to. Show your family the video. And you can hear. You can show them what Jerome said. They can hear it from Jerome himself. Yo, you notice Chris got fatherhood engagement rolling on the bottom?
Oh, yeah.
You see it?
The date and everything.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
Eric, what's your t-shirt say?
Who? Eric. Eric, we out. Harriet Tubman.
We out.
It's on screen, E. I can't see it. Oh, okay. Where you get that one?
Somewhere.
Come on, man.
Yeah. 761 Genesee Street. Go get it.
How are we looking on social media as far as numbers and hits?
I started my watch party a little late. If you share on YouTube, I think YouTube had some.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
we can share it later though.
This once we're
We
done,
can share it
I'm
later.
gonna share the YouTube as a watch party.
Yes.
We sent it through our.
We'll see what the hits are later on after.
Yeah. Also, I think they're still on. So a little shout out to Kathleen and Tom. They still watching. They're still on right now.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Kathleen and Tom. There they go. There they go.
Still here.
Still here. I see you. We'll get about 2 more minutes and then we'll have Chris cut it off unless you want to hang on. It'll take us to 4:30. Jermaine,
Yes, sir.
you going to the drive-in tonight?
No, unfortunately, we have to deal with those parts.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, some people do too much and they mess it up for everybody.
I missed Purple Rain.
I heard it was good. It was good.
Purple Rain was sold out.
Let me know if you got some movie suggestions because we're gonna do it again or extend it, and we're gonna get some more movies. So if you got suggestions, let me know.
How about a Latin movie for Latin night?
What's a good movie?
The Hector Lavoe story.
You're gonna have to write that down.
I got it.
In there. Warriors.
Warriors.
Warriors was a Hispanic movie too.
Oh, he said, did you say Warrior?
Warriors.
La Bamba, man. La Bamba.
La Bamba, Richie Valens.
Warriors. Hispanic movie.
Warrior. How about Scarface?
How you scaring the Red Wings?
Tony Montana. Just look at Carlos is sitting. Carlos.
Carlito's Way.
Carlito's Way.
That's a good movie.
You know what would be a good movie though is Black Panther. Drive-in.
Now there's certain movies they can't do.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. Disney movies.
Yeah, I see you, Nate. I see you, Nate.
You gotta play Crush Groove, man. Crush Groove is the next drive-in.
Yes.
Matter of fact, if y'all want, we can do like a Fatherhood night there and do a movie.
Good.
Shoot a happiness.
Y'all want, we gotta make it happen.
Yeah, we can have to go through. I mean, it's about 6 from the first